शिवोऽहं 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 शिवं शरणं जय जय नन्दी शरणं जय जय मूलाञ्ज शरणं जय जय शिवकामि शरणं जय जय श्रीमाता ललिताम्बिका राजराजेश्वरी महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी शरणं मम. Shivoham to all of you. Today we are going to start the doubt clearing session from ID number 10,280 related to Rajamatangi, Batuka Bhairava and Arkriya. My heartfelt pranam to Guruji. I am 24 years old, living in UK. Have been given Diksha in Batuka Bhairava and Rajamatangi Sadhana. On the night of Thursday, 23rd of September at 11 p.m., I sat down for my Arkriya. I have been performing the sadhana for a few weeks, but I had a very different experience. During the Mahapaduka mantra chanting, I felt the presence of something that I can only describe as ominous in my room. It felt like a female was present in my room looking down on me. I was extremely scared and was shaking and shivering. I wanted to quit the prayer and run away, but kept on doing the sadhana. However, sometime later, during Batuka Bhairava mantra chanting, the feeling went away and I felt normal again. I wanted to ask if this is a real experience was caused by some mistake I might have done and ask for guidance for what to do. See, this is not a mistake that you have done it. It is a spiritual experience, but you were not ready for this. So you could able to, you see, whenever we do the sadhana, we invoke, Guru Parampara, we do the protection shield, then we start our sadhana. So it means only you are attracting the positive things during your sadhana. No negative things will come there. And whenever you chant the mantra, it is a divine that you are calling. It is a divine vibration that you are going to attract. It is a divine energy and consciousness that you are going to attract. So this is something divine, divine goddess presence. You felt it during your, Mahapaduka mantra meditation. It is actually a blessing. But what happens? We are many of us are not ready. So we feel that if something has done something like that. When you have taken the Diksha from Guru Parampara, there is nothing like, you have done something wrong and directly the God and Goddess are coming and punishing you. Please understand. If you have done something wrong, first it will come to Guru Parampara because you are receiving the grace, energy of the mantras and everything from the portal of Guru's consciousness, from the lineage of Gurus. So first it has to pass from here, then it has to come to you. But when it comes to, Lord Shiva, Tirumularji, Nandi Devar, Amma Shivkami, things will be taken cared and filtered and you only get the positive blessings. You need to understand that is the power of the Diksha in the Siddha Guru Parampara. You are not going to experience anything bad in your life, especially this type of spiritual, astral attack or, anything like a psychic attack. That is very, very rare, especially when you do the sadhana. Okay. So you have received the blessing of divine. So you are doing well. Continue with that. The next question from ID number 10,543 related to Varai Sadhana. Guruji, I had a dream. In that, I saw a small Varahi statue, side view, and someone praying in front of it. I also wanted to worship, so I am approaching the Varahi Amma. But when I go near to the statue, just the face itself become a Pratyangira and turned towards me. Before 2 to 3 days, I wanted to buy Varahi statue, but I didn't. And I also have the urge to go for Pratyangira sadhana. Is it Varahi Amma telling me Varahi and Pratyangira are same, or please enlighten me? Very true. It's very true. Varahi, Pratyangira, Rajamatangi, Sampatkarni, Bala, all are nothing but a different manifestation of Lalitambika, Raja Rajeshwari, Maha Tripura Sundari. That you need to understand. You might have worried that you wanted to take a Pratyangira sadhana because of your life situation. But mother has shown you that. She herself is a Pratyangira and she can take care of you at this phase of your life. Please understand, the message is very different. It is not just showing whether they are one, but she is also indirectly telling you that I can take care of you during this present situation. If you are suffering with the enemies or some issues are going on, then she is taking care of you. She is very clearly indicating that I will take care of you. Okay, so this is a blessing for you that Divine Mother has shown. She is both Varahi, Pratyangira and all of that. Okay, even the Dhumavati is also, it is her form. She has 8 forms. Okay, so Varahi can take the form of Pratyangira, Varahi take a form of Sadashiva. There are many things in this I cannot explain, but know that Mother wanted to help you and bless you. Question from the same ID number. Okay. After taking Diksha, all 3 sadhana and chanting mantras for a week, I feel really good and feel like Divine Mother is with me. But after some time, I don't feel that state or not feeling connected. Why is that? What should I do to overcome it? See, we are human beings and our emotion, devotional, feeling changes because of the situation, because of the planetary issues, because of many other aspects in your own family also. Your thoughts, feeling, emotion plus planetary things, everything will be affecting you. So when you do the regular sadhana, that is the one of the best thing, you will be nullifying all of this. You need to understand. And this emotion, feeling, what happens, they will come and go. They will not be, there forever. They will come and go. They will come and go. So sometimes in the beginning, Mother has given a taste for you that you have, you have received the grace, you are connected and all. And after that, you are doing that sadhana. So you know that you are already connected. You don't need to again think that if there is no energy means you are not connected. You have received the Diksha from the Siddha Parampara and you are doing the sadhana. Mother, if you see that how she is giving experience and telling that I am with you, all this will tell you that she is with you and blessing you. Only again and again you pray to Mother, Mother, please show your grace, show your energy, make me feel your presence. More you surrender, more you devote, more you pray, then more you feel that connection again and again. And remember, how you are connected with Divine Mother. That is also very important. Okay. Next question from ID number 10,624. Guruji, I got initiated into Sri Vidya level 1 on 24th September. I started the practice and on 28th September, someone gifted me a Sri Yantra. Why and how is it very unclear, because everyone knows I am not into religion or puja or anything of that. I have received this Sri Yantra as a gift. Kindly let me know what can I do at my level to benefit from it and bring wealth and abundance into my life. See, you need to understand, now you have taken a Sri Vidya level 1 Diksha and you have been gifted with a Sri Yantra. It is one thing, you just got initiated and then Divine Mother in the form of Chakreshwari, she came to your home. So there are 2 things are happening. One is a grace, because of the grace you got initiated into Sri Vidya, and because of the blessing of your ancestors, now you received one more Sri Yantra so that you can worship, you can connect with the Divine Mother in the form of Lalita Ambika, Raja Rajeshwari, Maha Tripura Sundari. That you need to understand, that you have received the grace from your own ancestor. Maybe they are divine masters who are guiding you, indirectly. helping you indirectly through this way, and they are gifting you Sri Yantra to tell that we are with you and our blessings are with you. That you need to understand first thing. And then second thing is, you are at level 1, what you are going to do is, you know the Moola Mantra of level 1. So whenever you do the Sri Vidya Sadhana, before Sri Vidya Sadhana, after doing the protection shield and Guru Mantra, make an intention. I ask my soul and Sadguru Tirumularji or my ancestors, connect me to Sri Yantra that is present in my home and help me to receive the blessing of Lalitambika in the form of Chakreshwari. Okay? Okay, that you need to understand. You have to pray and you have to make this intention before you do the Sri Vidya level 1 meditation. Okay? After you complete the Sri Vidya meditation, if you want to do the Sri Chakra Puja, what you are going to do? You are going to focus on the bindu of the Sri Chakra and chant the level 1 Moola Mantra. Okay? You already received the notes. The level 1 Moola Mantra is also there. You just focus the bindu, the top tip of the Sri Yantra. You focus there and offer your love and gratitude and chant the mantra mentally by, focusing the Sri Yantra. That you have to, simple worship, but it's very, very powerful. As you progress, you start seeing many, many miraculous energy coming from the bindu and awakening your chakras, connecting you to divine and all of that. And this Sri Yantra, when you are connecting, you have initiated, you have received the Moola Mantra Diksha, and you are focusing on the bindu, means what happening? There is also activation of the Divine Mother energy, and it starts spreading to your home, to your family member. So you will be blessed, your family member will be blessed, the home, wherever the energy, that is also blessed. Okay? So you are blessed in that way. It is really good to know that you belong to the divine family of Sri Vidya tradition, and you have received the gift of Sri Yanta. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,229, related to Sri Vidya level 7 VKG Rajamatangi Sri Sampasiddhi Sadhana R Kriya and all. Okay, I started level 7 about 2 weeks ago. After starting that, I am losing interest in other sadhanas. I only want to do Sri Vidya, VKG and R Kriya. Even though I still have a negativity, money and relationship problem, somewhere I feel only Sri Vidya will be enough, especially after level 7 mantra, I feel complete and whole. Is it okay, or should I continue doing the others? See, this is a very, very positive experience you are receiving, that you feel complete within yourself. That means nothing is missing in that mantra, nothing you are feeling that is attracted to you. So this is something very important step of oneness of you with the Divine Mother in the form of Shiva Saubhagya Shodasi mantra. So that energy is making you complete, and it is a blessing. You continue with that. So, but remember, if you are doing R Kriya, VKG, Sri Vidya, it is more than sufficient. For example, when you say relationship issues and negativity, okay, money issues, all are there. But when you feel complete, that is abundance. When you feel whole, that is a true love. You need to understand. When you feel complete, when you feel whole, then abundance, harmony, true love is there. Then what happens? Automatically you attract the same thing in the outside world. Remember the universal law, inner world creates outside world. So this is the secret to attract everything. First is you should be happy, whole, loving within, then you attract outside all the things. If you feel inside emptiness, something is missing, I am not good enough, I am not happy, I am this, I am that, those things will create more of that. So this is a blessing for you. You just do this Sri Vidya, that is really sufficient. And if sometime you feel something, after 1 or 2 months or 3 months, if from within you get a guidance, you chant this mantra, then you can go ahead and chant it also. Okay. I have been trying all tools for a few months to get married, but without any success. Recently I started VKG. What can I do to manifest marriage for myself? You see that whenever we try, the tools. Sometimes within a week you see the result, sometimes within 1 or 2 months, sometimes it may take 1 year or 2 years. So first you set your time, at least for 6 to 8 months or 6 to 1 year I work out with this. I'm not going to change my affirmation. I'm going to use the Sri Vidya Havan. I'm going to use this mantra, and I will focus continuously with a positive expectation and surrendering the outcome of my sadhana. You need to do this, okay? Once you committed 1 year or 6 months or 3 months, complete focus without fluctuating, without changing the affirmation again and again, and also being aware of your unconscious limiting belief about yourself, your expectation about your partner is also very important. That is, I think, you need to understand. Plus, your family member, their expectation also come into, this relationship issues and marriage issues. They have their own expectation. You have your own expectation. But because it's your life, your desires are very strong, and you are, Sri Vidya Sadhak, spiritual Sadhak, using these tools, you dominate above all, and you start manifesting your, relationship in your life. So continue with this. Whatever tools you are using, I suggest you continue with that. Now you are doing the VKG, it will again make the process faster. The manifestation process will be faster when you use the VKG mantra. I feel like VKG mantra is very powerful in this sense. Then I do the mantra. I remember all my forgotten desires. It is like the mantra itself knows what I want on a deeper level. It is very easy to visualize with this mantra because all emotions I desire to feel automatically get activated. Is this how it works? Like the mantra itself knows everything? Very true. Very true. Because your intuition is developed. So you know that how mantra is working for you. All people cannot understand how the mantra will work. Okay? But you are blessed that you have received the VKG, first thing. And second thing, you have received this mantra at the right time, that you are, manifesting. And you are also understanding the power of this mantra. And I'm sure you will manifest what you are desiring from your heart. Okay? You are, this is really good that you are working, and you also know how the mantra is works, VKG mantra works in your life. Okay? The next question from ID number 10,628, related to R Kriya and now Varahi Sadhana for health and protection. I am suffering from autoimmune conditions. I have taken R Kriya and now Varahi Sadhana for health and protection. Please guide me in this aspect of health. You see that this R Kriya is very, very helpful to you. When you say that you are going through autoimmune conditions, where things are against to you, your own autoimmune system is against to you because of some pathway that is not working, or something deeper inside that I cannot technically explain. But this Varahi Sadhana work with that, R Kriya work with that, because R Kriya work with the Panchapranas. These Panchapranas are controlling your entire human body and organs, its functioning, including the secretion of the hormones, secretion of the chemical, working of the glands, and functioning of the each and every organs, like your liver, kidney and all. Everything is supplied with the prana, the energy. These Panchapranas are there. Even the digestion is also controlled, and all the things are controlled by these Panchapranas. When these Panchapranas blocks are removed with the R Kriya practice, then what happens? Abundant money flow will go to all organs, and your body start functioning normally, and you can overcome with your autoimmune disorder. Okay, that is one thing. Varahi, what is the importance of Varahi is, she go deeper into this, whatever the karmic layers are there of this life and past life, and erase them. Especially when you do that, health mantra of Varahi, Sarva Roga Prarogana, very, very deadly cause of the diseases that are there, you are requesting specially for that to Divine Mother Varahi to remove it. So she will bless you, take you, and help you to heal yourself and bring you back to the normal health condition. So sincerely, regularly practice the Arkriya and Varahi Moola Mantra. Make Varahi Moola Mantra, keep chanting this in your mind. Or the Sanjeevani Mantra of Arkriya, keep chanting in your mind. Okay, and if possible, also do the Havan, learn the Sri Vidya Havan and do that also if possible. And I also, if possible, energize the water with Varahi Mantra. Minimum, 11 times you chant and energize the water and drink it regularly, especially 2 times in a day. To how to energize the water, everything is explained in the videos. If you visit our YouTube channel, you will understand all of that. Okay, so you are blessed to have both the right sadhana to overcome your disease. Also, I suggest take care of your food, because when we are going through this type of disorder, it will affect entire body. So I suggest go for a vegetable and fruit diet. Good vegetables every day, good fruits every day, especially greens are very important. So try to slowly shift diet. That is a physical level you are working, and do the affirmation, have a trust in Divine Mother. It will create impossible can be made possible with the help of Divine. And at the spiritual level, do the sadhana regularly. Okay, the next question from ID number 1435. It is a general questions related to a dream. I am doing Durga Saptashati Bija Mantra sadhana during Navaratri. Today I met with a dream that someone suggesting me to offer Vibhuti or Bhashma to Sri Chakra with chant of each Bija Mantra. I was able to see his hand actually. He was doing it and suggested me to do. Dream was amazing. Let me know the result of this dream. See that what is the importance of the Vibhuti? You need to understand. It is something that is a purification. When everything is burned, whatever the leftover, that will show the Nirguna Nirakara Parabrahma Tattva. The Bhasma is that purification, the energy of Lord Shiva. You can say that. So when you offer this Bhasma to the Divine Mother or the Sri Yantra, what happens? You are literally bringing or dissolving all your attachment, bringing a detachment in your life. So some Siddha or the yogi might have guiding you to do this sadhana for yourself. So if you are doing, you can do this. It's really a blessing for you. Especially this is for only for you. That guidance you have received, especially on the Navaratri. So you need to consider this as a gift and practice it at your home regularly. Okay, whenever you do the Sri Chakra Puja, you use that. Now the question from ID number 297 related to Sri Vidya Sadhana. Guruji, on September 20th at 11 a.m., I felt unknown divine energy flow from outside, coming through my Sahasrara Chakra and entering within me. So I immediately sat on chair for meditation. I was only observing what is going to happen. Different types of Kriya started happening. Pendulum, rotation, bodiless awareness, Moola Bandha, Jalandhar Bandha, Urdhva Mukha, many more Kriyas. It was from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. In the similar way, on October 1st, sharp at 10:30 a.m., I felt energy coming from Sahasrara and entering me. Similar Kriyas as before happened. This time it was for 1.5 hours. Okay. Similarly, on 13th October midnight, when I was about to sleep at 1 a.m., I felt energy coming coming about 45 minutes. The feeling were in a similar way when you give online Diksha to us. Please explain what is the source of energy, purpose of energy coming to me, and what I should do when I again feel similar type of experience. Any message or guidance for me that energy and from you. So you need to understand, very important thing is, as you progress in this spiritual path, as your intention becomes stronger for self-realization, as the purification of your body become very good, as your devotion surrenderance is very good, So what happens? Your kundalini start raising. Your kundalini start raising, and at the same time, the Guru Parampara. You see that when you receive the diksha, that is not only the job of the Guru. After you progress, at what level you are there, how you to take you to the next level of consciousness is also the job of the Guru Parampara. You need to understand when the student is ready, the Guru will come awaken his soul to the next level of consciousness. This happens. Invisible presence of masters will come to you, and divine mother energy start flowing to you. Okay, so this is not unknown energy, it is the energy of the Guru Parampara, Lalitambika, or the Sri Vidya energy, or the Kundalini that is needed for you to go to the higher level of consciousness. When you say that so many kriyas are happening, why they are happening? Because of the cleansing, because of the activation of special nadis and subtle body that will help you to channel the Kundalini, raise the Kundalini to the higher level of consciousness. When your energy body is activated, all these kriyas will happen. All these nadis will get activated. Mother energy will start flowing there. And then you feel the oneness, you feel the grace, you feel abundant energy flowing to you, and you are blessed with that. You need to understand. All of this happens not only for you. Many students have sent this email. It is not only during Diksha they will get energy. But this only happens not for all students. Only the one who is dedicated, the one who is sincere to the path of the Guru Parampara, who is accepted the grace of Lalitambika, for that person only it happens. There are thousands of people who have taken a Diksha, but in that only one or two sadhaks are really like a diamond. For them, Guru Parampara work day and night, Kundalini Mother work day and night. All the divine Shaktis will come and help you. So I say that you are blessed one. You have received the guidance from the Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara is working for you. Your Kundalini is getting awakened. You are receiving the next level of consciousness for your progress. It is a blessing from Lalitambika, Raja Rajeshwari, Mahatripur Sundari on you. It is a blessing of Sadguru Tirumala Lord Shiva on you. You are blessed one. Next question from ID number 10,102. It is a general question. Can I do the level 7 Moola Mantra and Durga Saptashati Moola Mantra on a Kamalagatta Japa Mala? So you can use a Kamalagatta Japamala, or in English we call lotus seed Japamala. Okay, this is having a Lakshmi Tattva, so abundant energy will be manifesting. So when we use this Kamalagatta Mala, the Lakshmi energy in the mantra get activated, awaken, our heart chakra is more vibrating, and it's more balancing our lower and upper chakras. So it is a blessing. You can use the Kamalagatta Japamala to do the Shakti Sadhana like a level 7 mantra and Durga Saptashati Moola mantra. Okay, the next question from ID number 10,321 related to Sri Vidya Sadhana and Durga Saptashati. Namaste Guruji, I am doing level 4 sadhana right now. With the grace of your feet and Divine Mother, sadhana is going on well. Is it true that Sri Vidya Purna Diksha in any Kula Parampara will include sadhana of 4 Mahavidyas? That is, she has written in a bracket, Bala for Dharma, Taruna for Artha, Prauda for Kama, and Vruddha for Moksha. If yes, kindly let me know the Mahavidyas which we worship in our Guru Parampara and what level we get introduced to each of these Mahavidyas. You see that Bala Vidya you learn in level 2, the Taruna you learn in level 5, and Prauda you learn in level 6, and Vruddha you learn in level 7. Okay, so all these Vidyas are there. Plus you will be learning before to that this Bhuneshwari Triyakshara mantra, Tantric mantra in level 1, and then Navakari mantra, that is in a level 2. These 2 Mahavidyas are missing in many paramparas, especially the level 1. Very rare people will be including. It is a blessing and boon of Bhuneshwari. Without Bhuneshwari, it is very difficult to climb to reach to Bala. and without the help of Navakari mantra, where your astrological, all those cleansing is not going to take place, then also it is very difficult to reach to Bala. So level 1, 2, 3 help you to reach to the Bala Vidya, then Panchadashi, Shodashi, Shiva Saubhagya, Shodashi mantra. Next question from the same ID number. Guruji, with the DSS Diksha that is offered in our Guru Parampara, can I recite Durga Saptashati, all chapters including Navavarna mantra? You can do it. See, in our Guru Parampara, we offer only Siddha Kunjika Stotra. These, when you do the other Durga Saptashati Pata, it is not good for all students. I have seen some people Kundalini activates abnormally. Some people karma releases very fast. They start seeing very difficult situations in their life. I have seen many of that. And when we have simplified and given to you Siddha Kunjika Stotra and Moola Mantra, that itself is more than sufficient to solve your issues and receive the grace of Mother. Then why you need to do all the other, again Durga Saptashati, add one more burden to you. Please understand. So, but I encourage, having said that, if you want to do the Durga Saptashati, all chapters, do it, plus do the Siddha Kunjika Stotra, plus do the Navavarna Moola Mantra Sadhana. That also we can do it. But it is not mandatory, it is optional for you. Choice is up to you. Okay. My next clarification is also with Durga Saptashati. I have been doing Durga Saptashati Sadhana, requesting Divine Mother for a job. Still trying, nothing fruitful. However, whenever I use Durga Saptashati Moola Mantra for myself or kids' injuries or illness, Divine Mother always protects, gives healing. I was thrilled to see the miraculous results. Why is that the intention that I am doing daily during meditation is not happening? But when I use the same mantra for healing, it is giving wonderful results. You see that? Whenever we do for others, there is a detachment within ourselves. The expectation about the results is very less. But when we do it for ourselves, there is always a little bit fear and subconscious block that is, creating a trouble to receive the result. That's where we need to surrender. We need to, let go the expectation about the results. And you do the sadhana as if, it is a grace, it is a fun, it is a joy. Just you do that sadhana, let go. This let go need to be learned. Let go need to be learned. You need to understand. And it is really good. Divine Mother is blessing you. Miraculous results you are getting. It means Mother is with you. She is guiding you. She is knowing what is your issue and all. Have a patience. Some more time it is needed. Or the right job that is needed for you is still, not ready for you. So don't have any negative thoughts about this. Mother is taking care. She will give a good job for you. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,159 about COVID meditation. Guruji, I had a dream where Ma Dhumavati had dusted something off my family. In April, my whole family recovered from COVID due to her blessings. Since then, I have been practicing the COVID meditation and have been praying to Ma Dhumavati as it was uploaded on the website. However, the meditation procedure has been removed now. So, should I stop doing it now? If yes, then what should I do before stopping it? How should I offer my gratitude to Ma Dhumavati before stopping the meditation? You see that? We have just removed the meditation procedure from the website, believing that most of you have already noted the procedure, already doing this sadhana, because we don't have a space in our menu to add Navaratri sadhana and any other workshops and all. So we have removed that. It doesn't mean you need to stop the sadhana. If you want, you can continue. You have receiving the grace of Divine Mother, no? Continue again with 3 more months. That can be blessing to you and your family. Okay, that's all you can do it. The next question from ID number 10,558 related to Sri Vidya level 2. Guruji, when I have done Sri Vidya level 1 practice, many problems has solved financially and mentally. But now I'm doing Sri Vidya level 2. From the day of doing level 2, I'm facing financial problem and relationship problems. Is it normal or I am doing something wrong? Okay. Please note, I am doing Japan meditation as per your guidelines. You are not doing anything wrong. See, when you work with level 2, you are working with your astrological horoscope, where you start cleansing all your 12 houses. So, there is little bit, this type of issues will come. It is a cleansing process, it is a healing process, it is a releasing process that is taking place. That's all. But it doesn't mean you are doing something wrong. It's working. Divine Mother is working. Navakara Shaktis are working to bless, guide, and help you. Already in a level 1, you have received the blessing of Divine Mother Bhuvaneshwari. Yes? So keep chanting Bhuvaneshwari mantra as much as possible, plus level 2 Moola mantra as much as possible, and also do the Havan with a intention to bring a harmony between the relationship, right understanding, harmony, love, respect between me and my family member. Okay, and then a financial problem. What is the that you try to work with that also. So this is a cleansing and healing process that is taking place. When we work with the level 1 to 7, it is not that always only the positive thing will come. Negative thing also releases. It is something like a samudra mantana. Sometimes the that poison will come, then the good things will come. Okay, so mother has tasted and blessed you good things, so that you have a trust, so that you believe that you are receiving the grace of mother. At the same time, she has to work. No, she has to teach you the lessons of the life. Okay, the self acceptance, self forgiveness, and self love, and self awareness, self care, all these lessons also there on the path. So sometimes this harmony, this relationship problem, why it is, there is some expectation, some negative beliefs are there that you need to overcome. This is the process of evolution, this is the process of growth, physically, mentally, spiritually. So you, most of you expect the positive and negative on the path, but it doesn't mean you are doing something wrong. Okay, you are doing right. Continue, bring awareness, try to bring awareness whenever there are negative situation. Watch them as a movie for yourself and see what is going wrong. Then what happens, that help, that awareness, when you watch it, you see what is the things, what are the negative belief, what are the expectation, what are the thoughts behind that, you will aware, and then you will start questioning, is it necessary, why the person was believed, what was my behavior, everything will come into you, in your picture, everything will come. So path of spirituality is not only good things, you have to learn, grow, then you bless yourself, your family, and to the humanity. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,006, related to Sri Vidya Sadhana. Guruji, I took Sri Vidya distance Diksha level 1 to 7 in the month of July 2020, and I am now on the 7th level sadhana. My question is that I come from a family where none of my relatives or ancestors ever followed the rituals to be done during the Pitru Paksha. Nor does anyone in the entire family ever do any proper prayer or puja. I am the only one who got into spirituality about 12 years back, and by God's grace, after some time, got into Sri Vidya, probably because I always felt connected to Ma. Will my regular sadhana help my ancestor to ascend? I also see a lot of separation, divorce issues in my family. Could this be the reason for my ancestor not being in peace? Also, if you could guide me, what more can I do so that I can help them merge with the light and even the future generations also blessed? You see that a Sri Vidya sadhak should not worry about himself, about the Pitrus, about this Kuldevata, about that curse and all of that. Everything will be taken care. This you need to uh, keep in your mind, because many of you read here and there. Many rituals are followed during the Pitru Paksha, like Tarpana is done, Tila Homam is done, so many activities done during the Pitru Paksha, and this is done most of them are the normal people, not the sadhaka. Please understand. You are the Sri Vidya Sadhaka. Your lineage, ancestral karma is within you in your Sushumna Nadi and chakras. When you are bringing the Divine Mother energy, when you are accepting you are a spark of Shiva Shakti, you are bringing the transformation in your consciousness, energy, being, and soul. That you need to understand. This is the truth. That's what the Tirumalaji has given this sadhana. Tirumalaji don't give like this. He would have given so many rituals to you. Why he has given this sadhana? Why Kriya Babaji has given this sadhana? You need to understand. This is a scriptural rituals are there. It is a blessing for a normal sadhak. Okay? But one step you go ahead and you become a Sri Vidya sadhak because of your karmas, because of your devotion and surrenderance and love for Divine Mother, you have come to here now Sri Vidya sadhana. Now you need to focus and understand the real principle like energy transformation. Higher energy transfer the lower energy or replaces this. What is the higher energy? Sri Vidya mantras that you have received through the Siddha Guru Parampara from Lord Shiva himself to Tirumalaji and all. So they bring the divine transformation in you. So whatever the ancestral karmas are there within this energy body, astral body, they are transforming into Shiva Shakti consciousness of unconditional love of golden light. You need to understand this truth. Even your DNA will changes. Every cell will change when you do the sadhana sincerely with acceptance and giving the gratitude to the masters. Got this point? Otherwise, if you do your own thing, again you do this ritual, that ritual, also do this sadhana, this, that, your subconscious mind is confused. You don't get the results. Either you do the homam outside, tarapana also, pindadanam, this, that, plus you are doing the Sri Vidya sadhana, not understanding the principles, universal laws, the real teaching of Guru Parampara, and you are just doing what your inner ego consciousness, Mahishasura is telling, then you will not reach anywhere and you stuck where you are. No progress. So please understand. When you are doing a Sri Vidya sadhak, you are doing the Sri Vidya sadhana sincerely, regularly with a devotion, surrenders to divine Shiva Shakti and the Guru Parampara, you are lifted, taken care. Especially the Bala Tripura Sundara Manta, very, very powerful, releases all the Pitra doshas. Many students don't understand all of this. They just run here and there. Navagraha doshas are released in the Navakari mantra and pranayama. Then Bhuvaneshwari, she nourishes, fulfills your desires in the level 1. So level 1 to 3, 4, you reach the higher level, you clear all of that. Then you reach to the feet of Panchadashi, Divine Mother Lalita Ambika. Then you go to the higher level, then you practice level 1 to 7 regularly for lifetime. This is what I want to tell you. Many people just do the 14 months, the moment they come to the level 7, they want again Shiva Yoga, they want again this sadhana, that sadhana, but their interest or they are not regularly practicing what they have taken. It is a lifetime activity, please understand. Because it's not one life, you are a person on this earth for thousands of lifetime. Those karmas, those emotions, those thought forms, those memory patterns, everything is within you. If you have 1,000 people's, 1,000 lifetime, how many Pitrus you have? How many ancestors you have? When you are going to give a mukti to all of them? Please have a deeper understanding. When you get self-realized, when you know that I am not a body, mind or personality, I am soul, never born, never die, eternal, then only the real mukti for you and all. That is the importance of the self-realization. Then only you are liberated with all of this. Okay? Until you experience the truth about yourself, discover the truth about yourself, you have to meditate regularly day and night, holding the feet of Shiva Shakti, holding the feet of Sadguru Tirumalaji. Then only you reach to the higher level of consciousness. And don't worry about, what about the future generations? Please, person come individually, go individually. Please understand this truth. Because of the karma, we come as a family. We can pray, bless, and take care. That's all. You are not responsible for another person's karma. If the person is also meditator like Sri Vidya Sadak, he will reach. Because everybody is here in the image of God, Shiva Shakti. They are here to co-create for what purpose they are here. In that co-creation, they experience the purpose of life and the true bliss and success. Then only there is a path of fulfillment of bhoga. Then the next step is a moksha. So it is not easier. Don't expect everyone will be blessed. If you do this Sri Vidya sadhana, everyone should be blessed. No, not like this. You can only use the tools of Sri Vidya, Havan, mind power, mantra shakti. Whenever they need, you bless and help them. But teach them, teach them or help them to get the diksha and let them practice their life. How we make them to educate from first standard, seventh standard, because they need to get job. We know that if they don't get educated, they don't get a job. They don't earn a good money and they cannot be, grow in the material world. The similar way, if you want them to grow in their life spiritually and get liberated and burn the karmas and reach to and experience true fulfillment and success, they have to do this spiritual practice. Everyone must and should do this. That's what we have a children diksha and all of that. Why it is that? This is because we want to seed the Divine Mother consciousness in them so that they are lifted. Okay? So at least you can teach this Sukshma Shiva Mantra in our website. Give them that Sukshma Shiva Mantra. And you also, if you want, you can chant the Sukshma Shiva Mantra minimum 108 times for liberation of your Pitrus or your ancestors. You can pray and do it, but do it without much expectation. Let go, let God. How you have come here from thousands of life. Similarly, your Pitrus have gone through the thousands of life. Now they are there because of their karma and all. Again, they will come again. If they have a desire, they need to learn the lesson of life. So it is a very complicated system and it is not easier as you have understood. So focus on your Sri Vidya Sadhana, fulfillment of your desire, and pray and do the Havan and bless them, but you carry and focus on your self-realization. Okay. So the next question from ID number 20,011 related to Annapurna Mantra. Namaste Guruji. Can the Annapurna Mantra be chanted for career related issues? If so, what should be the right time and procedure? Yes, you can do the Annapurneshwar Mantra. It is for fulfillment of the desires. Of course, when you say Mama Abhilashita Annam Dehi, here Annam, not only the physical food, your necessities in your life. So job and career is one of the very important necessity, need of your life. So you can do the Annapurneshwar Mantra. What you can do is chant the mantra either in the morning, afternoon or in the evening. Make a sankalpa, intention. Divine Mother, Annapurneshwari, please bless me the right job to fulfill my purpose on this earth, or whatever the affirmation, whatever the way you want, you can make a sankalpa, you can make an intention, pray it, then chant the Annapurneshwari Mantra. For example, one Japamala I am going to do it. So what you do? You make an intention, chant the mantra. In between chanting the mantra, hold or wait for 2 to 3 minutes and visualize the what type of job you want. You made an intention, started chanting the mantra, and once the mantra energy is infused in your soul, you make an intention. Because of the presence of Divine Mother, you are creating, you are giving mantra shakti to your visualization and fulfillment of your desire. So visualize what type of job, what could be the salary, what type of environment, how you should feel when you work in that job, how is the promotion, how it is supportive for you. Everything you visualize. Then chant the mantra again for 10 minutes. Again you visualize. If you are doing one Japamala, then at least 3 to 5 times in between, you have to visualize what you want. In this case, job and career You go on visualizing type of that. And very important thing is, whenever you feel any negative thought there, you know, you feel that it is not possible, just be aware of those thoughts. Nothing to do, just be aware of those thoughts. Again you chant, again be aware whatever that negative belief and whatever it is, you will see that there is some negative belief will be there, and when you bring the awareness, it will dissolve. Nothing to do, just aware, dissolves. Again you go ahead. That's all you do. You have to affirm again and again, irrespective of my negative belief, irrespective of karmas, the grace of Divine Mother is highest of all. It can bring a miracles in my life. I accept it to manifest and fulfill my desire. Then you chant. You keep on affirming all of this. Use the mantra and manifest it. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,383 related to Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra. The Krodha Raja Bhairava mantras make me angry and also bring up a lot of pain. I think only one Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra I have given. So that itself is making you angry and lot of pain. After I do it, I realize I start thinking negatively about some people who have hurt me in the past. Is it normal? Yes, it is normal. The Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra releases all the negative impression and memory pattern within you. Because when the divine is coming in you, all that is not good for you, it releases. So you just need to aware of that, but do not worry about it or attach to it. Let go as a grace of, Krodha Raja Bhairava. And you see that now it is buried emotion. When you say that, I start thinking negatively about some people who have hurt me in the past. So it's a subconscious, emotion. The hurt feeling is releasing when you are chanting the mantra. Because when the Bhairava is there, he wants a justice, he wants a harmony, he wants a truth. And this, when you bring that energy in you, this is very normal and natural to feel that. But it won't happen to all. But when you are sensitive, when you are hurt with so many desires, so many, emotion, frustrated emotion, then it will start opening up. Okay? So it's normal, don't need to worry about that. But only be aware, let go. You surrender at the feet of Bhairava. Tell to Bhairava, Bhairava, dissolve, I forgive all of them. Whether it is right or not, justice or not, I don't want to continue. It may be my karma or something. I let go, I focus on the highest good of myself and on the path. Because if I hold those emotion again, I wanted to seek justice means you are allowing one more space for those negative emotions in your soul, in your subconscious mind. So it will hurt you only. And it will again attract the same situation in your life. So let go. Forgiveness is a greater intelligence that we do in this life. Because we don't have eye to see that person behaved like this or he did some injustice to you. Because of this or because of any negative karma, you don't know about it. Okay? So you need to be aware of this. Let go, forgive, and focus on your path. I find my current work situation very stressful and exhausting. I want to surrender to Divine Mother, but I find it difficult to do so at work. How can I let go of control and surrender to Divine Mother? You see that? Very important thing you need to understand that I find my current work situation very stressful and exhausting. So the real problem is your job. Either it is your job is expecting too much from you, or it is something you are feeling putting so much effort from your side. Because when you say stressful, exhausting, your job, I'm worried what could be your life after 5 to 10 years. What could be your health condition? Because this stress creates a lot of problem to the health. Okay. So now your question is, I want to surrender to Divine Mother, but I find it difficult to do so at work. How can I let go of control and surrender to Divine Mother? This thought itself is a surrenderance actually. When you say, I want to surrender this. When you are accepted the stressful situation job itself is you are surrendered to the situation, to the moment, to the time, and to the consciousness. So, no need to worry. You think, you use the Siddha mind power every night or every morning. You visualize what type of job you want or how you want your job should be and what type of nature, how reaction should be. And when you are feeling stressful, what could be that, if it is how the stress can be reduced, what could be the thing. You need to visualize this. And you need to tell this in your mind whenever you are stressful. You say, in my inner world, I have a peaceful, right, supportive job with a right requirement where I am enjoying, feeling respected, feeling fulfilled and happy. Though joyful feeling has to be triggered. Means when the negative is there, you have to change it to positive. Siddha mind power is very important. And when you say, I want to surrender to Divine Mother. Accept the situation what you have. And you say, in my inner world, in my soul, in my mind, I have this, the change. You change the situation of stressful and exhausting in your inner world. Then what happens? That itself is a surrender. You accept the outside situation, but at the same time, we want to bring the changes by the grace of Divine Mother with the help of Siddha mind power. And in between, you chant the mantra. Or one of the very important thing is breathing. When such a stressful situation, exhausting things are there, just sit and be aware of your breathing. That itself is a let go, let divine. Tell to yourself, when I let go all the thoughts, bring my awareness to breathing, it is a surrenderance to Divine Mother. Mother, you take it out. You have to do like that. Then things will be taken care and you start working the present situation, acceptance, surrender is happening. Also inside you are visualizing and dreaming. Okay. The next question from the same ID number. How do I tackle the challenges at work? My work is very mental and I constantly have to interact with a lot of people. I feel very tired by the end of the day. My work makes it difficult to find time for sadhana sometimes. I can understand nowadays so much expectation in the job, especially corporate world, marketing field, and customer support and all of that. So much expectation will be there. Okay. So what you do, I always suggest whenever you get 5 minutes of time, bring your awareness to breathing. Try to do deep breathing. Deep breathing. Deep breathing means you breathe, intake the air, from your nostril, fill chest and also abdominal. Take as much as for at least for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And whenever you feel, like this type of exercise, try to put your tongue up, roll it and touch the upper roof. Be there, breathe, touch. What it does, immediate Ida Pingala circuit will connected. You start, connecting to the source and start receiving the energy. You feel again fresh, energized. And when you do the deep breathing, you are taking the prana as much as possible. Even just for 2 minutes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, do this in between. If you have a stressful situation from morning to evening, if you are 14 hours you are working, at least take a 2 to 3 breaks and do this pranayama, deep breathing. And try to, when you do the breathing, you touch your tongue, the upper roof of your mouth. No need to hurt, just touch and do the pranayama. What happens? Your mind will be stabilized. You will be energizing your entire body. Within a few 2 to 3 minutes, again you are centered and you are ready to work again. You see that? We have to know how to manage our energy. So do this. And in between you chant the mantra. Whatever mantra you like. Om Namah Shivaya is okay. Now, if you don't need much attention, or level 1 mantra don't need much attention, or whatever level you are doing, if it is easier for you, keep chanting in your mind. Sometimes what happens, job requirement is too much, even you don't have a time for half an hour, 1 hour, but you have to. One thing you need to understand, if I want to change the outside situations of my life, I want to manifest peace, harmony, abundance and all, burn all the negative experiences that are coming because of my past life karma, then I must do the sadhana regularly. Meditation is as important as we take a food to this physical body. This is very important. It's a pillar of your life. So meditation is must. Even 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, do it. I have given a shorter version also in the protocol. Just one round of chakra meditation, at least one round of level 1. You do it instead of not doing the sadhana, at least one round, one level of one round, you do it. It will energize, charge, raise your consciousness, nullify the navagrahas, negative rays are coming on that day. You will be facing so many problems. So you may be hurting or somebody is commenting, everything will be taken care. You may getting anger, frustration, stress, everything will be taken care when you meditate in the morning, go to the office. That is a power. That's why in our tradition, we do the puja in the morning and raise our consciousness. Then we go for day-to-day activities so that we remove the obstacles of the whole day. Then we go for the work. Okay, that is the tradition. Why we do the puja in the morning. Now we remove all the obstacles. Then we go for work. Okay, you follow all these guidelines, things will be taken care of for you. Okay. So next question is from ID number 10,164. Related to Sri Vidya Sadhana. Guruji, I am currently practicing level 7 of Sri Vidya Sadhana. During Mahapadaka Guru Mantra, I get past memories flashing, and also same thing is happening in my dream. What can be the reason for that? You see that whenever we work with the mantras, whenever we work with a chakra meditation, we are working with our karmas, we are working with our memory patterns, we are working with our psychic impression. So when you are saying that you are, past memories are flashing, means it is whatever that was there in your subconscious mind releasing. When it was releasing, your awareness, your soul is noticing that is a flash. This was my experience. So it is released. So very beautiful thing is cleansing, healing and releasing is taking place so that you will manifest more of a divine light of Shiva Shakti or soul power on this path. So what it means ultimately, you are doing right, Sri Vidya Sadhana, you are releasing your karmas, you are burning your karmas, you are lifting yourself. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,299 related to Mahavarahi Sadhana. Dear Guruji, after waking up and during day, I chant Mahavarahi and 51 letter Shiva Mantra. And before sleep, I do chakra meditation only. Do not chant mantra for 9 times because I go deep into the meditation after chakra sadhana and unable to chant the mantra. Is this okay? Yes. See, the path is to go into a silence. When you are telling you are going deeper into a meditation means from physical consciousness, you are entering into mind consciousness. Okay? From mind consciousness to soul consciousness. So when you say deeper meditation means this is soul consciousness of silence, the source consciousness, expansion, feeling peaceful awareness, feeling relaxed, feeling detached from all the thoughts and the word, bodiless awareness. This is very, very powerful state. You are one with the Shiva Shakti. So at that time you don't need to do the chanting and all, that is not necessary. So no need to chant 9 times mantra. Okay. Next question from the same ID number. Is it true that earth is shifting to 5th dimension consciousness and all issues happening around is a part of that ascension process? Yes. You see that all that we are seeing, it is a cleansing, healing and releasing. Whenever you want to bring the evolution, lift yourself, raise yourself, whatever that is not supportive has to be dissolved. When you work with your own self, all the negative thoughts that are not required, negative emotions not required, negative beliefs that are not required, that need to be cleansed, healed, energized with the Sri Vidya meditation. Okay? And then you progress, reach, and your beliefs are different, your perception is different, the transformation is going to take place. So you yourself going from 3D, that is third dimension of the physical body, okay, to a fifth dimension of the soul body, that is, you are doing it every day in your meditation. Same transition is taking place in the outside world. When millions of the people are thinking negatively, negative emotion, negative anger, frustration, injustice, jealous, all those feelings are there in this ethereal layer that need to be dissolved. How it is going to dissolve? It has to bring the difficult situation in the outside world. Earthquake will happen, you know then people will suffer with a different type of virus, diseases will happen. All of this is going to take place. Sometimes the negative souls that are earthbound on this planet, they also need to be released. They don't release so easily. They take many other people's life also. That's virus, and is one thing. Suicidal things will be more. All of this is the path of evolution. Path of evolution. But it is not going to be always. Maybe 10 years, again things will change. Again the beautiful environment will be there. Now the health consciousness is established. Earlier how people were there for what is their attention, what is their priority, and now what is their priority. You see, the great shift has taken place already. And how many people are now realizing the importance of the family, the person, and outer system, how they become a powerless, where they are focused. They thought that this is a power, this is a great thing I need to, but now everything become powerless. So many things have changed. Many people mind is changed. Transformation has been taking place, and many negative things also coming out. They are hidden. Now they are all coming out to the surfacing. Real problems are, where they are not focused. Now they are coming up. So all this is a cleansing and healing process to reach the fifth dimension of evolution. Okay. The next question from ID number 553 is a general question. While doing Sukshma Shiva Mantra Havan for global cause, what specific items can be used for offering to fire? The basic ghee is more than sufficient, and if possible, rice grain, okay, some sweet like a jaggery or sugar. Then you do the havan, because this nourishes, this ghee, jaggery, rice grain nourishes the entire universe when we offer to the fire with the intention to bless the all the things. Okay, that is more than sufficient. Even the ghee itself is a more than sufficient when you do the Sukshma Shiva Mantra for blessing this entire world. Okay. Next question from the same ID number. How can we develop decision making skill as we follow Sri Vidya Sadhana? I have gone through the Soham meditation process mentioned in a Life Success Formula book, that is Success Wisdom, to connecting the higher self for guidance. Can you please provide more insights on this process, Sadhguruji? You see that in the Success Wisdom, there is a section where we call helpful hints, where one of the tool is how to connect with our higher self, okay, and receive the guidance, make a decision in your life. So this is the question related to that. So how we can do is, there I have very clearly mentioned, to connect with that higher self, your mind should not be active. Okay, means should not be active means not 100%. It should be active, very less active. Only it can able to grasp the message. Only that much active conscious mind is needed. Okay, so I have suggested to silence this mind. I suggested Soham Pranayama. Soham is the vibration of the source consciousness. Okay, when you chant the Soham, automatically you shift your dimension or your consciousness from individual soul to universal soul. You need to understand that. And the higher self is the bridge between the individual soul to universal soul. So when you do this Soham meditation, what happens? your mind is becoming a less active. And you are bringing your attention to breathing, means you are bringing the harmony between the physical body and the mind and transforming your attention from body mind to the soul or the higher self. So when you do this Soham pranayama or the bringing the attention to the breathe, your mind slowly comes down. It will align to the body. That is the one thing you need to do. And before you do that, you need to be very clear what question need to be answered to your higher self. Right question. Start with a yes and no answer only. Can I do this at this phase of life? Can I, get this job? Can I invest in this company? Can I buy this plot or the flat or the home? Like this, the questions will be yes or no, should be there. And then once you ask this you know that this is the question you need to, you write it down, you have in your mind, then do the Soham meditation. When you are in a silent, don't worry about the question and the answer also. I'm telling you. Whenever you have this in mind, just pray to your higher self. I ask my higher self, my soul, my divine, to guide me to solve this problem or help me to take this decision. That's all you have to do. Do the Soham. That's all you do. Suddenly in a flashes the answer will come. And that answer is so perfect. Inside great clarity, and from inside you know, this is very important one. You know it is not coming from the mind, it is coming from the higher consciousness of your soul, that is higher self. And once it comes, you will have a feeling attached to this, like a joy, relaxation, peacefulness, like aha moment. That is the one of the aspect you need to discriminate from the mind and the higher self. Feelings are very important. Relaxed, clarity, focused, you know that this is the right answer. Okay? Once you receive the answer, then what happens? Your mind will start indulging and all. That's what I always suggest, even in written, that the first thought that you receive, that is the right answer most of the time. Okay? So this need a lot of practice. Every day, small thing you take it. You take a small things. You ask to your higher self, is my name is this or not? Like this. Is my home is in the Bangalore or not? Like this. You small way start with small, how the kids start riding the bicycle or start walking. You need to start the journey like that. Once you become a perfect with this, then you know. And some people, what happens, if they are kinesthetic, they start feeling something here, something whenever their higher self will communicate, there's some part of their body become, vibrating. For example, maybe your heart chakra is more. When you receive, heart chakra is opening up. The answer is coming. Or you receive somewhere it is, it is beating. You know that. Or you receive that something you feel, some light is showering on you. All these are the indication of your higher self, how it is going to communicate. And I want to tell you a very important thing. Your higher self is waiting to answer, guide, help and lift you. But we are not ready to take not ready to listen to our inner guru, our higher self, our inner Shiva, our higher self, our guardian angel who is there with us in this life and so many thousands of life. This is a very, very powerful teaching. Once you connected with your inner guru, inner Shiva, your inner angel, once you start receiving its guidance, you know how it will guide and help you. Your life will be highly successful. Your decisions will be very, very good. You will never get confused. And when you do this Soham meditation, you should not have so many thoughts also. For example, you are in so much confusion, and at that time you want to do this Soham, it is very difficult. Your mind will be overtaking, your subconscious mind will be overtaking. That's what I always suggest. After meditation, do this Soham and ask your question. That time it is really good. But sometimes when you are really in a hurry and need, many of us make a mistake because we are not understanding the higher self, answers, and we do the mistake. Okay, so first thing is make your mind silent. If possible, ask the question after the meditation, and when you receive the higher self message, it could be very clear to you, from inside. Okay, and the feelings will be very good, like a peaceful clarity, happiness, joy, and this is the decision you feel from inside. Many inner changes of the consciousness cannot be understood by the intellectual mind. That's what we say intuitive decision is done because of the higher self. Okay, you follow these things regularly, practice for small things, and you will see the very good result as you walk on the path of guidance of higher self. Okay, so the next question from ID number 10,598. Okay, related to Baglamukhi sadhana. Guruji, I am doing Baglamukhi sadhana, having a very good experience. I often feel tears, emotional and anger release. Okay, the question is that my husband is currently doing Sri Vidya level 6. Can we share our sadhana experiences with each other or not? Can I ask him sadhana related questions? Yes, you can. You can share your experience. Both are Sri Vidya Sadhak and husband and wife. It is a blessing that both are you walking on the same path in the same parampara, and you can share your experiences. And can I ask him sadhana related question? You can ask. If if he can help you, it's really good. Okay, you can ask it. Okay, if there are any difficulty, you can also send us to doubt clearing session. The next question from same ID number: should I expect and use abundant money flow mantra to win a lottery to end my financial suffering? You see that we never suggest gambling or lottery or playing the game for money and all of that. But if you want, you can use it. But because when you say winning a lottery, it has so many emotions, so many energy of so many people. When there's won a lottery, winner is going to take place. Everybody is contributed to that big amount. So everybody energy is involved. Their feelings are involved. So we always don't encourage, using the mantra, desiring for this type of, quick way to get your financial problems solved. Okay, next question from the same ID number: how can I use my sadhana to help my children to better in life? You can put the protection shield to them. Okay, you can teach them health mantra. It has a very good power. You can teach them Tirumalar Shiva mantra, that is very powerful. Okay, all these mantras you can teach them. Okay, that's only in a way you can help them. Other than the Diksha mantras that are offered freely publicly by us, you can teach those mantras to your children. Not the Diksha mantra like Bagalamukhi mantra, Sri Vidya, where you have taken a Diksha, you cannot share them. By sharing, you lose the charge and commitment that you made with the Guru Parampara. Okay. Next question from ID number 10,134 related to Khadgamala and general question. Is it true that there are 15 different Khadgamalas with the different endings for each phase of 15 moons? Do we need to know them? It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Okay. So you just do the Khadgamala that you have received, that is more than sufficient. Okay. When you are doing the Sri Vidya sadhana, especially level 5, all these 15 Khadgamala versions, energy comes in Panchadashi mantra. Please understand. The Bijakshara of every every Bijakshara of Panchadashi mantra holds the power of this Khadgamala. That is the power. That is the grace of Lalitambika. Okay. So the main deities you connect Okay, in the Kadgamala main deity, you connect all 181 deities, and then you do the Panchadashi mantra. What happens? And every day you do it. Today I am doing the Panchadashi mantra, Sri Vidya Sadhana, plus I am doing the Kadgamala. Whatever the nakshatra, moon, Rashi, and this planet, that energy is coming to you. So without knowing, you are still performing all or receiving all the 15 version of Kadgamala to your soul. Okay, that's what I suggest. Regular meditation is very important to receive all the energies of planet and all of that. Guruji, your experience of Devi Darshana is very rich and inspiring to me. How can I get the darshan of Devi in this life? You see that darshan of Devi is not a difficult thing. It depends upon your surrenderance, your devotion, your commitment to Divine Mother. That is very important, you need to know. And Divine Mother can give a darshana in a many different forms and different energies. So you don't only think that Divine Mother should come like this in this sari and this get up, then only I get a darshana. No. Many times Lord Shiva comes with a normal human being. He comes silently, blesses and goes. At that time you don't know he was a Lord Shiva. Afterwards you realize that it is a Shiva who came and blessed. Tirumalaji comes and do like that. He comes in a different bodies of a young, old and all and come and blesses. Lalitambika comes as a bala and blesses and go. Lalitambika comes as a old lady comes and go. As a healer comes. You don't know how she will come, blesses and go. Okay. So it is not difficult. Your love, surrenderance is very important. Then all else. Okay. It is possible. It is possible in this life if you really have that love, that devotion and surrenderance to Mother. If Divine Mother is the first and foremost in your life, it is possible. If all other things are first for you and Divine Mother is second and last, then it won't happen. Okay. Next question from ID number 10,385. Sri with the level 1 and Varahi Sadhana. I have taken Varahi Sadhana Diksha in February. Since then, I have been practicing it regularly. And recently, 13 days ago, I have taken a Sri Vidya level 1 Diksha. Today, early morning, after completing Varahi Sadhana, Sri Vidya level 1 Sadhana, I slept again for some time. During that time, I got a darshan of Lord Jesus. Image of Lord Jesus came like a light in my third eye. After I woke up, I felt happy but surprised as I was focusing Tirumalarji and Divine Mother Varahi in my third eye as per the sadhana. I was expecting darshan of Divine Mother or Tirumalarji sooner or later, but surprised with the darshan of Lord Jesus. I am a Christian by birth, but I believe God has no religion. There is only one. What does these signify to me? You see that? Whenever we do the sadhana, whenever we start the sadhana, whomever we have worshipped, they will come and blesses you. If you are worshipping Shirdi Sai, you will be surprised. You will be chanting the Tirumalarji mantra or Devi mantra. Shirdi Sai is coming in your image, in your meditation, blessing you. If you are doing the Sri Vidya and Tirumalarji chanting, earlier you have done the Lord Krishna sadhana, Krishna will come and bless you. If you are doing the sadhana with Dattatreya or any Avaduta, and now you are doing the Sri Vidya sadhana, that Avaduta will come and bless you. The same way, Lord Jesus come and blessed you. Means He cleared the way to you that you are on the right path, walk without any hesitation, without any back of your mind, and you will reach to the right goal. And your understanding is so true. There is only one. That is the truth. There is only one. From one, everything. So, you are on the right path. It only signifies that you have received the grace and blessing of Lord Jesus to tell you that I am with you, my blessings are with you. You walk on your path to discover the truth about yourself. Okay, you are blessed again. The next question from ID number 10610. Rajamatangi and Bhairava Sadhana. Guruji, I have made Matangi Devi as my Ishta. Since initiation, I am yet to feel Amma's energy inside me. So how I can intensify meditation, feel Divine Mother's energy in me? You see that when you made the sankalpa, this is the blessing itself, that Raja Matangi is my Ishta. Okay? And when you are working with a Raja Matangi, she will pull you like a magnet. Her energy is like that. Not only she will pull all the manifestation energy, she will start, guiding you, giving a success either in the physical world, material world, in the sadhana, everything she will take place. So you just start your sadhana, regularly do and pray to Divine Mother. Mother, show me your invisible hands. I am not feeling your energy. Please awaken my those psychic abilities so that I can feel your presence in every moment of my life. This prayer is needed. Sincere prayer from the heart is reaches to a divine and brings the it's a grace, love, energy and all to you. Okay. The next question from the same ID number. Guruji, how can I invoke Raja Matangi Amma's energy to resolve my relationship issues with my partner and bring back a loving energy into my life? Please guide. You see that Raja Matangi is very powerful mantra, especially for relationship issues. Okay. What you do, you make a sankalpa. And the sankalpa should be, in a best like a win-to-win situation. Like, Divine Mother, Raja Matangi or Uchishta Chandal is, you can take it. Both are good. You pray to Mother. Mother, bring a right understanding between me and my partner. Harmony between me and my partner. The respect and love between me and my partner. And release, remove all the negative energy cords between me and my partner. You make this prayer, then you chant the Moola Mantra of Uchishta Chandali or Raja Matangi. Uchishta Chandali gives little bit quicker results than Raja Matangi, okay? Because the energy is like that, manifesting energy, leftover energy. Raja Matangi also gives, but Uchishta Chandali, when you chant along with the Raja Matangi, the energy is very powerful, manifestation is very good, results will be very fast. Okay, you make like this type of prayer and chant the mantra, and after chanting, as I explained in the before, when if you chant one japamala, at least 3 to 4 times in between, you need to visualize what type of relationship you want, how you all this, what you mean by harmony, what you mean by respect, what you mean by right understanding. You need to visualize all of that. You have to guide your subconscious mind. What are you expecting from this? And then again chant, visualize, chant, visualize. So when you chant the mantra, mantra Shakti is there in your soul, Raja Matangi energy is there in your soul, she is manifesting. Remember, mantra itself is a divine, that you need to understand. Mantra Rupini. The moment you chant the Raja Matangi mantra or Uchishta Chandali mantra, you should have a respect as if Divine Mother is with you. So you need to respect like that to the mantra itself. When I chant, I need to respect, love, devote, surrender and visualize. Again chant, again visualize. This way you continue. And if you did it today and you went to the, with your relationship and you see suddenly negative reaction, not in harmony with your expectation and meditation, then don't worry, accept it and tell to yourself the truth. Inner world creates outside world. Maybe the karmas and all those things still there are, need to be dissolved, but I'm working in the inner world. You have to affirm the truth, universal law, and what you are working is also true, and at the same time accept what is happening in the outside world and things will change. Okay. Now the question from ID number 10644 about Durga Saptashi Sadhana. The DSS sadhana has mantras like Tirumala's Guru Mantra, Mahapadaka Guru Mantra, and DSS Moola Mantra. Can I use these mantra by themselves? Did I get initiated to these mantra during the Diksha? I do experience energy from them, especially Mahapadaka. See, when I give the Diksha, I give all mantras I go on seeding in your soul. But I only give no hasavam soham when you just to focus your mind when you are doing this, when you are doing the diksha. Because if I give all this mantra for you to chant, you will not able to receive the diksha properly. Not you are not devoted, you are not focused. Got this point? So I want you to just to be in a focused mind in a receiving state. So we give only one mantra in the diksha process. But I am seeding all these mantras, Guru mantras, Guru lineage mantras, protection mantra, then Moola mantra, plus the consciousness of that sadhana I will be infusing in your soul. And then I am giving a protocol to you so that you can do the regular meditation. So yes, all these mantras are seeded in you. You got initiated into those mantras. So you are now, after that only you are receiving all the protocol, complete procedure with all the different mantras so that you can do it for yourself. Okay. Next question from ID number 10,427 related to Matangi Batuka Bhairava Sri Sampasiddhi. Guruji, in 6 months of doing sadhana, I don't feel anything while holding the mudras. Is there something I can do to increase the awareness of this energy flow? Please advise. It's not necessary to feel the energy or the anything when you do the mudra. Mudra is a non-verbal communication and supporting your inner meditation. So when I do this particular mudra, it is telling open this chakra, close this chakra, open this nadi, awaken this energy. Like this, it is communicating inside. It is the inner dynamics of the energy. Either it's not necessary you have to feel in the hands only or in the fingers only. Okay, you just do it. Okay, that is the importance. The next question: during Sampasiddhi sadhana, how many times maximum can we do the Sri Suktam Bija mantras? Also the invocation mantras of Ganapati, Dakshinamurti and others. I enjoy doing these mantras very much. Is it okay to do 1 to 3 malas of each of them if I have a time? You see that it is not the number of count that gives the result, that we need to understand. It's not the quantity, it is the quality, the devotion, love, surrenderance, how much you focused, how much you are enjoying the meditation, that gives the results. This we understand. Okay, with this understanding, if you want to do more number of japa, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. If you want to do, is it okay to do 1 to 3 japamala? You can do it. But only thing is, be careful if it is giving you too much uncomfortable feeling like a heaviness in the head, in the body, and heat, too much heat, that is not good for you. In that, 1 japamala is sufficient, or 2 or 3. So you try to check how much you can hold that energy. It should be comfortable, a joyful experience in the meditation. Okay. The next question from the same ID number. Guruji, I have a very specific sankalpa related to manifesting material abundance that I have written down. Do I set this intention before doing the mantras of every sadhana? This is before Rajamatangi Moola mantra, before Sri Suktam, before Sri Vidya. Or should I just set the intention once in a day before one of the mantra sadhana? Please advise. Thank you. Yes. Once in a day is more than sufficient, because your soul knows very well. When you say intention, it is not a mind job, it is a soul level work you are doing it. Whole of your being is focused, whole of your energy is focused to your goal. And these goals are connected to your heart. So, in your inner consciousness, you already know everything. So once in a day is sufficient. Divine knows everything. Divine knows everything. For our understanding to, bring this impression to repetition to our subconscious mind, we do it every day. Okay. So once in a day is sufficient. You can do once and then do all the sadhanas. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,007 related to Sri Vidya Sadhana, Dhumavati and other. Dhumavati. Guruji, can we do the Havan of Divine Mother Dhumavati for the Dhumavati COVID relief mantra? Yes, you can do it. Okay. When you do the Havan, Remember, when you do the mantra or the havan, whatever, see that Divine Mother Dhumavati came, giving the blessing to you, then taking all the negativity from you and your family. That need to be, visualized or affirmed after completion of the sadhana. Okay, that is very important. The next question about Bhairava. In Bhattuka Bhairava sadhana, can we do the japa of each Bhairava separately, also like a japa mala each, as I feel attracted towards two of the Bhairavas? You can do it. You can do it. Okay. The next question from ID number 1048 related to Shiva Yoga and Durga Saptashati. Shiva Yoga. Guruji, to have more stability with the money flow or earth or material issues, is it advised to work more on Mooladhara Chakra Pranayama? No, not at all. Okay. You should not work on any chakra too much. If you work too much, if your Mooladhara chakra is too active, the energy that flows from Mooladhara to Swadhisthana may hurt the Swadhisthana chakra. Got this point? Mooladhara is not a separate, it is a part of the chakra system, part of the anatomy of your energy body. So you cannot work too much on any one chakra. Please understand. Okay, until unless it is guided in this sadhana, okay, by a siddhas who knows the inner dynamics and all, then it is. So I don't suggest working on the Mooladhara chakra too much, but you can make an intention and do the japa. Automatically whatever chakra need to be activated, whatever cleansing is need to be activated, that is done by the Divine Mother. Okay. The second question from the same ID number. To deal with the issues with the boss or managers, what sadhana can you recommend? DSS, Pratyangira, Rajamatangi, Varahi or Bagalamukhi? You see that best thing is Rajamatangi to bring right understanding, attraction and gain the attention, and so that they can listen to your words and appreciate your work. So Rajamatangi, especially Uchishta Chandali, you can do the sadhana and that can be very helpful to you. The next question from the same ID number. Guruji, is it advised to do chakra rotation japa for Shivakameshwari mantra, and can we do the havan of this Shivakameshwari mantra? No, not needed. Because how this 51 letter Shiva mantra does, like this, this Shivakameshwari mantra is doing it. Okay, in Shivakameshwari mantra, what it does, it is so powerful that it will start activating the chakras automatically without you to focus on them. If you focus and start doing it, it is very, very difficult to manage your energy body. Very difficult. It will expand like anything. It is not good, and sometimes it may release the unwanted karmas that you are not ready for that. So I never suggest to do the, this chakra rotation of the Shivakameshwar mantra, but just for protection, what we have done this in the Guru Purnima, that you can do it. As a intention changes, mantra, the work of the mantra also changes. Its energy mechanism also changes. So don't rotate the chakras with the Shivakameshwar mantra. It is not needed to be done in the Havana. It is not Havan mantra at all. It is a pure meditation mantra like Mahapadaka Guru mantra. Okay, Havan is not needed. Okay, just to do the japa of this with the intention for what purpose you want it. Okay. The next question from ID number 10,450 related to Sri Vidya Homa. We are looking to move into a new neighborhood in USA and want to know how to cleanse a old home. How to cleanse a old home with Havan as given by you in Sri Vidya level 2. What mantras can I chant to cleanse the energy? I had taken Bagalamukhi Sri Suktam Diksha along with the Sri Vidya Sadhana. If you do just Ganapati, Tirumalarji and Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra. Just chant 3 to 9 times of Ganapati, then Tirumalarji mantra 3 to 16 times. Okay. Then Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra should be chanted loudly in the havan when you want to cleanse outside area. Is it clear to you? So you know that in Sri Vidya sadhana and all the places, what I suggest, chant all the mantras mentally, because you want to cleanse, heal, energize, burn your karmas. But here your application is to cleanse your home, okay, or the new home or old home, whatever, wherever you want to cleanse it. Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra chanted loudly itself cleanses. Even if you don't do the havan also, you light a lamp, special the any of material oil you can use, and focus on the deepam and ask, invoke the Krodha Raja Bhairava, chant the mantra, that itself cleanses everything. You light a lamp, I pray to Lord Krodha Raja Bhairava, come in this lamp and lighten this entire home, its energy, cleanse, energize, and transport all negativity into golden light of unconditional love. Pray simply. This is my way of explaining. If you want, different way also you can pray to Krodha Raja Bhairava. Then focus on the lamp and chant the mantra loudly. Okay, that will cleanse your entire home. Okay, or you can also do the wherever you want, whatever the area you want to cleanse, especially this room you want to cleanse, you go and keep the lamp and chant the mantra. If you want to clean your balcony, light a lamp and chant the mantra. You can do all of that. That's the one thing. Second thing is, take a white mustard seeds or yellow mustard seed, hold them, okay, like this. Chant the Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra with the intention to cleanse, heal, energize, take away all the negativity from this home. You chant it and then throw to the entire home, all the places. Do it at night, through that. In the morning, you collect all of that, okay, and burn them. Burn them. So do this burning outside if possible, or on the terrace. If nothing, it's not possible anywhere, you burn in some place in your home and throw it outside. That will take away all the negativity of the home. Okay, that can also be done. Okay. So Krodha Raja Bhairava mantra, its havan is very powerful to cleanse, or any vastu related issues can be solved with that. Okay. So next question from ID number 238. Khadgamala Stotra Paraprasada Guru Mantra. Namaste Guruji. Can we align Paraprasada Guru Mantra with breathe? If yes, what should we chant while inhaling and exhaling? Actually, it's not needed. Paraprasada Guru Mantra automatically control your breathing. When you chant it, you experience this. This is same with even the Shiva Kameshwar mantra. These mantras are so powerful, they control everything of your body, mind, breathe, nadis, energy, chakra, everything is done by them. So really, first of all, be careful, it is not a regular sadhana, paraprasada. What I have given in a Sri Vidya Samadhi Siddhi, that you can practice with a breathe, like a Paravidya I have given. Okay, and then Soham I have given. That is very good to practice with a breather. This is the mantra to chant, and things will be taken, healing, energy, everything will take place. Okay. Next question from ID number 10581 related to Sri Vidya level 2. This is related to Sri Vidya level 2, especially about Siddha mind power and affirmations. Guruji, I affirm in my inner word all movements are Shakti, beginning and ending, being only in Shiva, and I am the inseparable union of Shiva Shakti. It's very true, very true. My deepest desire is to realize this actually is a true for all of us in every word, however Maya may appear. Can Guruji confirm the affirmation is already true, so we might accept it with our whole heart? It's very true. You can practice it. Very simple way is divine and I are one. This has been affirmed by all the masters. This is affirmed in all the scriptures. Divine and I are one. Okay. So that is also you can do. And this also, it's a more elaborative what you have explained in the affirmation. It is more elaborative, very beautifully you have written. In my inner word, all moments are Shakti, beginning and ending, being only in a Shiva, and I am the inseparable union of Shiva Shakti. Beautifully you have written. You can do that also. Okay. The next question from my ID number 1006 related to Sri Vidya Sadhana. I am a Sri Vidya initiate. So based on your guidance from old YouTube videos, you have mentioned that we can practice Sri Vidya Stotra without initiation. But Guruji, I am confused as to where to begin the Kadgamala Stotra from. As one mentioned in your channel starts with Om Aim Reem Sreem, another with a different he has written. Okay. Kindly guide which one to select so that I can make it a regular practice. I advise you to start with a Om Aim Reem Sreem Aim Klim Sau. That is the mantra, that is the sadhana, Kadgamala sadhana that we have practiced it. Okay. So when you have received the Sri Vidya Diksha from us, whatever we have practiced, that siddhi, that power will be transferred to you. So whenever you do the sadhana that is done by your master or Guru Parampara, you get faster results than trying the new things. As I told you, there are many different variations of Kadgamala Stotra, and some Puranas are also mentioned in a different way, some Tantric scriptures mentioned in a different way. But what Guru Parampara you are connected, what Sri Vidya you have received, what consciousness energy that you have it, that you support, that Kadgamala that supports should be practiced. Okay. So I advise you do with the one that is given by us. Okay. Guruji, daily before I begin my sadhana, I do Abhishekam, water ritual, on my Parada Shivalingam 77 times as mentioned in your website under global meditation page. I want to know whether I can consume a little bit the Abhishekam water like a Charnamrita and sprinkle the rest in the home. Can that energized water be put to use rather than pouring in all the plants? Please guide. Yes, you can use it. You see that whenever you are offering that water to Lord Shiva, it is Abhishekam. Okay, when you are doing that, you are also downloading the Shiva's energy to your soul. Whenever you do something to the Shivalingam, the same thing is happening to your soul. You need to understand this. So, if you want to use that water to energize your body again, to cleanse your entire home with that, you can do that. You can do that. It is very good way to cleanse that and energize your body. If you cannot do it any day, you cannot do it because of the work and other things, you can offer to the plants. It is a blessing for the plants. Okay. The next question from ID number 10645 related to Sri Vidya Sadhana. Pranam Guruji, I very recently received the Diksha of Sri Vidya Sadhana. During Diksha process, I went on chanting the Diksha mantra for 1 hour 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes due to the alarm misfunction. Is this okay? I was vibrating mildly most of the time during that 1 hour 20 minutes chanting. It's okay. Only thing is you have received too much energy when you done this, because as a beginner we suggest only 30 minutes and you have done more, and this misfunction of alarm is not because of some ignorance. Maybe divine has chosen like that. Divine prepare and do all this naughty things during the Diksha that you don't have any idea how Shiva Shakti play with you, how Divine Mother play with her childrens. Okay, so don't worry, you have received the Diksha, you are blessed with that. Okay. So the next question, I was doing some yogasanas and pranayamas on my own before Diksha. Okay, he has written all the pranayamas. Okay, what he has done it. Okay, should I continue doing that? Yes, the mentioned pranayama is very good and helpful for your energy body, for your pancha pranas, for maintaining a good health of your organs. So please do them before meditation of Sri Vidya Sadhana. After doing all these pranayamas, cleansing, healing, energizing, then you can go for Sri Vidya level 1. Okay, do the protection sheet if possible. Okay, Guru Mantra, and then do the Om chanting, then you do the pranayamas, then you go for Sri Vidya level 1. Okay, that way you can follow the sequence. Next question from the same ID number. I have created the protection shield for my family members. Is it okay if I tell them about it? Yes, it's okay if they are supportive and encouraging to you. If they don't believe, don't support, it is not necessary to tell them. You are already connected karmically with them. The energy cords are already connected. Whether you tell or not, they will get a blessing. Okay? So if they are supportive, it's okay. If they are not supportive, don't tell them. Some people are very supportive, like it, love it, and they know that how much you care for them, how much you love them. This is the expression of the love and care that you wanted to protect. But some people don't believe all of that. For them, it is a waste of time. Then when you tell them, what happens? They degrade. They don't respect your, sadhana and all. So if they are supportive, please tell them. Next question from ID number 1262. Sri Vidya level 1 to 7 and Durga Saptashiti and all other sadhana. Guruji, I try and do Havan frequently. Sometimes I can feel the heat or energy generated in our home by Havan, even after Havan has completed. Typically, I do either Kadgamala or Sampasiddhi mantras, followed by 9 times mantras of Durga Saptashati, Uchchishta Chandali, Bagalamukhi, and Sri Vidya level 1 to 4. Since I am also trying for a childbirth, my question is, would doing Havan frequently like this in home impact the ability of a childbirth due to heat generated? Not at all. If you are a mother of a child, or if you are going to be get pregnant, then only it will affect. Okay, and then it affect if you are doing the Havan. But if you are doing and your family members are there, they get a blessings. Even the another person also get a blessing. If you are planning also, it is a blessing for you and your would be child and your entire home. It is a blessing. Only thing is, if you are the person who is going to get pregnant, then you should be careful. You should not do the Havan that can create so much heat. And this heat issues only applies when you become a pregnant, not before to that. Okay, that you need to understand. So next question from the same ID number. For some mantras like a Sampasiddhi, Kadgamala, I do Havan only, and I have not included in my daily practice, in which I do R Kriya, Uchchishta Chandali and all of that. Is it okay, or should Havan be compulsory accompanied with the daily practice too? It is not necessary until unless you are going through a very difficult situation, stressful situation, enemy problem, court cases, this and that, where every day become a threat for you. That case, every day Havan is must. If you're, if you have taken a Sri Vidya Diksha and you are meditating regularly using the mind power and doing all the pillars of the Sri Vidya, then it is once in a week, twice in a week, or once in a month, twice in a month is sufficient. It's not mandatory that you have to do the Havan regularly every day. Okay. Next question from same ID number. For daily meditation, is it must to use a wooden chair to sit, or other chairs also fine, like office chairs that have molded plastic outside? Yes, you can use office chairs also. Plastic is good, the wooden is good. Only my concern is not to use the metal chair, because metal absorb the energy very fast. So when you are meditating, if your energy is distributed there, then what happens? It will dissipate your own prana. So use the plastic chairs are okay, wooden chairs are okay. Okay, that's all you can do. The next question from ID number 10,643 related to Mahapaduka mantra. Pranam Guruji, I am doing level 1 Sri Vidya Sadhana. I have a question on Mahapaduka mantra. The mantra end with Guru Padukam Pujayami Namaha. My question is, should it be Guru Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha? While I chant internally, something keeps telling me that Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. Kindly enlighten me the difference between Tarpayami and Pujayami. See, whenever we do the Purushacharana of the mantras, we do the japa, then we do the havan, we do the tarpana, we do the marjana, we do the shanti puja. When we do the tarpana, at that time we use this word tarpayami namaha. So this is the special ritual where we use the water with a special fingers we offer to the deity. Then we tarpayami namaha. So here you are not doing that, you are just meditating. So we are not using that word tarpayami. Okay. So you just need, you are doing worshipping them, pujayami namaha. So that is sufficient. That is what it is included in the Mahapaduka Guru mantra, that is pujayami namaha. Not the one you are written here, that is Guru Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Nama. When I do the Tarpana ritual, I include that word Tarpayami Namaha. Okay, so no need to use Tarpayami, just use Guru Padukam Pujayami Namaha, because we are worshipping Lord Shiva's feet here. That worship is a Pujayami, so we are using that. The next question from ID number 10,446. Okay, general question. Guruji, I have done Sri Vidya until level 3, Rajamatangi, Batuka Bhairava and Durga Saptashati. What mantra I should repeat or take Diksha when my word comes crashing and I am panicking and I need the immediate grace of Devi to clear the problem? You see that whenever there is a trouble, threat, problem, you need to call your Ishta Devata. Okay. So you might have taken Rajamatangi, Durga Saptashati, Batuka Bhairava, okay, Divine Mother Lalitambika in Sri Vidya, okay. So who is your Ishta? That you need to call. Okay, if you accepted Lalitambika as your Ishta Devata, you feel more connected from this heart, then you call her, Mother, please come and help me. Her mantra, you use it. If your Durga is your more connected to you, Ishta, then you call her. If you feel Shiva is more connected, you call to Lord Shiva, Shiva mantra. Or if you Batuka Bhairav, you call him. Varai, you call him. Rajamatangi, you call. First thing is, you need to make a strong bond with a deity, that is your Ishta Devata, and you call that Ishta Devata. Then immediate you see the response from the Ishta Devata. Okay. Sometimes we call Tirumalaji also, because Tirumalaji is, if your Ishta, your Guru is Ishta, you need to call the Guru. Okay. Because if the Guru is already present in the earth dimension, his energy can be very fast. Especially these Siddhas also respond very fast because they are in the universal level. Okay. Or Divine Mother Lalitambika is also very fast. Vara is also fast. Everybody is really fast if you accept them. If you accept them, everybody is very fast. So you call your Ishta Devata whenever your word, whenever you need immediate help, protection. That is very important. Okay. So first you decide who is your Ishta. Then more mantra japa you do that. More you visualize the grace of that your Ishta. More you do the manas puja of your Ishta. So that what happens? Your connection will be very strong. And then whenever you call, immediate you get the result, reaction, help from your Ishta Devata. Okay. I think this is the last question from this doubt clearance session. I'm very thankful to all of you. I see that many of you are following sincerely this Sri Vidya Sadhana. Many of you are getting a great blessing from the Divine Mother and Guru Parampara. I pray to Lalitambika, Raja Rajeshwari Mahatripura Sundari and Sadguru Tirumalarji shower their blessing, protection, abundance to all of you. Okay? Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham.